Thank you for being here, my dear friend, Lindy. How you doing today, kid? Folks, welcome and thank you for coming to another story with Ori. Today I'm going to be talking about Candace Owens. I'm in love with her. When I grow up, I want to be like Candace Owens. And folks, but before I get to Candace, let me talk a little bit about Diddy. I gotta be honest with you, I'm very tired of talking about Diddy. Whether he walks, there's Agent Orange. Thank you, buddy, for coming in here. All right, let's get some people in this room and let's get rolling here. Okay? Uh, as I said earlier, I don't like talking about Diddy. I'm tired of it, as most of you are tired. Okay? And there's my buddy Stevie. How are you, Stevie? Thank you for coming. Uh, the pre-sentence report is going to be coming out, I think today or tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly. My son just checked Pacer. There's nothing new yet. But you know, people want to argue with me with how much time he's going to get, and everybody's posting on YouTube. He's going to get this. He's going to walk. He's going to do this. Okay, we all know and what we feel the Judge Aram Subterranean should do, but none of us know how much time he's going to give Diddy, and a lot's going to depend on. There's Nancy. She made it. All right, a lot is going to depend on that pre-sentencing report, okay? And, you know, we all feel a lot of dirty things have gone on that case with, and information we're not being told. And, you know, and I always say everything stems back to Maureen Comey. And I keep saying, Maureen Comey got what she wanted. She got the same thing in the Epstein file. Okay? She knows who the other people are. And this is, and let's talk both Epstein and Diddy. There's a lot of information we're never going to know. People come out with speculation, all right, of this actor, that actor. We don't care about these actors. Folks, I know Hollywood better than most people, okay? And as I told you yesterday, I knew Heidi Fleiss and I knew the Beverly Hills Madam extremely well. I know the guys that pay big money. I'm talking paid $10,000, $20,000 to a girl, okay? For some of the sickest thing that you could imagine. Huh? I didn't see anything wrong with it. Let's see. Lindy, there was nothing wrong with that guy saying that India had prettiest girls and ugliest men. All right? Nothing wrong with that. I didn't see anything wrong there. Okay? Uh, I don't care if trolls come on. I gotta be honest, though. You know why? Because trolls help me. It gives me views. All right? And gives me likes or dislikes. I don't care if you don't like what I say and you hit me a thumbs down. I don't care. Because it all helps me. And you know, folks, I don't understand why people can't hit a like button. And I'm going to give you a very good example. I'm in love with Candace Owens. I don't know what you feel about her, but this gal, for what she's done with her life, I don't know what her IQ is. She's highly intelligent. She's very beautiful. She's a mother, a wife. She's a Christian. all the good things that make America great. But last night I watched her show, and I watched every single minute of it. All right, $10 there. Who gave me the $10? That thanks button there. Was that Nancy? Okay, I don't know who it was. I can't see. But you know, Candace Owens, all right, her show last night was Charlie Kirk shooting suspect charged. Something isn't right. Okay? Folks, you gotta watch that show. When I left the show at the end, I watched it go from 1 million to 2,044,000 views. Her view, boom, 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 going up like you can't believe. And the likes, 122,000 likes. She has almost 5 million subscribers, and she deserves it. She deserves 100 million, okay? But like Diddy, like Epstein, same thing with Charlie Kirk. She broke it down so precisely. The investigative work that this gal does is amazing, okay? I think every law enforcement company, she does better than law enforcement, I'll tell you that much. And she broke down the timelines of everything with this kid, all right, that unalived Charlie Kirk. And she thinks there's more people involved and it's much higher than what we think. And you know what? I agree with her, okay? And you gotta watch that show, folks, because Candace is amazing. And, you know, they say, what do you want to grow up to be? When I grow up, I want to be Candace Owens. All right? But anyways, I tell you all the time, some of the people that I listen to, I don't listen to all that gangster garbage, okay? I don't care what Michael Franks does. I don't care what Sammy Gravano, Johnny A. Like. I don't care what they do. They all do their own thing, all right? And they bring negativity, okay? I could tell you things about Sonny Franchise to make your hair curl, but I don't. I could tell you things that Sonny Franchise told me about Michael. But then again, I guarantee you, if he did speak to Michael, he would tell Michael the opposite. So, understanding people, who they are, and what their capabilities are, these are all things that you have to consider in this world that we live in. Who's telling the truth? Who's not? Okay? Who's respectful? Who's not? We have no respect in this country. It's terrible what's going on. All right? Now, you know, folks, I did some research because a lot of people tell me they don't have that thanks button. And quite honestly, I don't have it sometimes. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. All right, so I'm going to read you a little bit of what I found. I sent it to Lindy, all right, so she's a little smarter than I am and has a better understanding of things than I do when it comes to this technology. People can't find the YouTube thanks button because not all videos have it, as it's a feature only available to eligible creators who have met the requirement to monetize their channel through the YouTube partner. I've done all that, okay? Viewers might also miss it because the feature isn't prominently displayed on desktop. The button is a heart with a $sign beneath the video player. While on mobile, it's located by swiping next to the thumbs up button. Additionally, certain video types, such as unlisted, private, age restricted, and made for kids videos do not support it. Mine is not made for kids, so it should be there. I don't know where it is, folks. I have no idea. You know, and when I go to my YouTube channel, all right, the last 2 days, I don't know why. Because as you know, folks, I answer every single one of my comments. I'm probably the only person that does that. And all of a sudden, I'm getting comments on my YouTube channel, and my community, and on my, the other thing, what do they call it? From the 4th of July, people wishing me happy 4th of July. Folks, that's over 2 months ago. Why am I getting that now? So there's got to be something with YouTube. I don't know if they updated. I don't know what happened. All right, there's something like that going on. Okay? And that's all I got to say. Agent Ori, you're surprised he's been in jail, pre-trial and sentencing. I'm not. Okay, Agent Ori, let me explain to you why. Okay? The violence. Everybody's seen the violence. Okay? You had to be blind not to see the violence. Okay? And that's the reason he was denied bail 4 times. I think it was 4, wasn't it? Okay? So don't be surprised. And, you know, I'll tell you, you all should know that I was indicted on RICO, on a Colombo crime family indictment. It's all in the back of my book. All right? The Accidental Gangster. And which, by the way, I want to make a little remark. People who want an autograph book, you go to my website. Okay, that's the only place you could buy an autograph book. If you don't want an autograph, you could buy it on Zelle, all right? On not Zelle. You could buy it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other places, okay? And this, I got a new order of books coming in, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to be ordering books where people can get an autographed copy. And I'm going to explain to you why. It's a lot of work for me, okay? So, you know, because I do everything myself. People are not, my son helps me out, obviously, and Lindy here helps me out. But, you know, I don't have a team of people around me. I bring you right to my home every day and give you my thoughts, what I think could happen, what might not happen. And folks, everybody that's saying Diddy's going to get so much time, he's going to walk, it's only speculation, okay? Judge Aaron Subramanian is a new judge appointed by Joe Biden. And we don't know what he's going to do. And quite honestly, I don't think right now he knows what he's going to do. But you could bet, as a young judge, okay, he's consulting with some of the older judges there in the Southern District. That's what they do, okay? And, you know, people get uproars every day about, you know, oh, the prosecution filed these papers, the defense filed these papers. Folks, that's what it's like. It's like a teeter-totter, goes up and down, okay? It's just the way the court systems work. Do I believe in the judicial system? Okay? I think our judicial system is terrible. okay? It gets worse with every new person in charge of the FBI. You know, I listened to Cash Patel, all right, at a hearing with uh, Senator Kennedy. Why does this phone ring when you folks come here? All right? Mm. Uh, and he's explaining why they don't have all the information on Epstein. And as I told you earlier in other episodes, it all results going back to the 1990s in Florida when Acosta was the head of the head of the Department of Justice for the federal government and made a sweetheart deal with Jeffrey Epstein. Everything began then. It goes through the Biden administration, it goes through the Obama administration, okay? And right here, and it wasn't until Trump's first time in office that Trump had him prosecuted. It was Trump. Everybody wants to say he's not showing it because he's in it. Okay? That's not the reason, folks. And I think I know what the reason is. And I'm going to tell you something that's much higher than you think. And it comes from another country. I'm not going to say it because, you know why? Because if what I think is true, I could become unalive like that. All right? Unalive just like that. Nancy, Utah has the prettiest blondes, huh? Okay. I love my coffee. I love my coffee. You know, folks, I want to show you something. All right, I spoke to you about my friend, Charlie Bronson, who's been in prison for 50 years over in England. 50 years he's been in prison for a robbery. Yeah, for a robbery. Okay? Why do they keep him in? Because he's had a lot of fights in prison. He's a tough guy. He was a boxer. Okay, he was very close friends with my mate, Joey Pyle, who was his mentor. But, you know, why doesn't the government of England wake up? When you're in prison, you get in fights. You have to defend yourself, okay? You have to defend yourself in prison. All right, he went off a little one time, okay? He kidnapped the warden. I think they call it the governor over there. Yeah. One time he escaped and he got on the roof and he was with the pigeons. But does that call for 50 years? But anyway, for those of you, I don't know if we got anybody from England here today, okay? But the thing is that he became an artist, and his art is big over in England. People buy it, they pay high prices. And he drew a very special one, and some people are saying it's the best piece of work that he's ever done. So I'm going to show it to you because I got to get it framed, okay? It's awesome. You're not going to believe this, folks, all right? And for those of you like to see, there's my apartment here, okay? I show you everything, folks. I tell you the truth. But take a look at this here, folks. Can you see it? All right? Birdman, Burt Lancaster, Born Mad, Bronson, his cell. Over here, Hollywood. Here we come, the accidental gangster, Ori Spado. Art from the heart. Bronson, Broadmoor. Folks, look at. Is that amazing? He drew that from prison, folks. That's what he does. He's got a parole hearing coming up shortly. And let's hope that Charlie gets out. And when Charlie does get out, you could bet that I'll be going to London to spend time. So many of state vehicles visiting him. No, I'm not talking about The Godfather's reality, okay? All right, The Godfather was over 50 years ago. It was a great movie. Some of it's true, some of it's not. Great movie it was, no question, okay? Talking about movies, and everybody's asking, when's my movie going to come out? Folks, we're waiting for an announcement on Wall Street because the company is a very large company, is putting up the money, okay? They raised over $1 billion. They're going public. 200 million of that is for movies. The guy in charge of that, they read The Accidental Gangster. They say it's going to be the first movie they're going to make. And they want to make a good movie, okay? And so once that is announced, which we hope anytime in the next few weeks it should be, because George Gallo called me yesterday. He's been working on it, all right? For those of you who don't know George Gallo, he wrote Midnight Run, Bad Boys. He's got a new movie he wrote with Nick Villanova, all right, that's going to be made, Carlo Gambino's story. Another one of his movies just got picked up. They're making a movie with Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, going to star in it. And don't be surprised if he ends up, Scott Eastwood ends up playing Ori Spado. So that's where we stand on that there, folks. All right? And, no, this is not Trump content. You know, people come in here, people leave comments without listening to the whole thing, don't know what I'm saying, okay? But they want to make a comment before, all right? But I can't figure social media, folks, okay? I can't. No. We don't have a lot of people here this morning, but for those that are here, please, if you have not subscribed yet, please do, folks. Can you do something for this old man? All right? Folks, I keep telling you about my memberships. You're going to want to join one of my memberships because very soon, before you know it, okay, I'm going to be giving special content to people who are members. You could become, again, in the Gangster Circle, $4.99 a month. That's not a lot of money, okay? Inside Crew, you get perks from previous levels, photos and status updates, members only chat room. So I'm going to be doing chat room with only my members. Right now I only got 13. So let's get that number up, all right? It's there, folks. Just go in my profile. It's there. Everything you want to know is there. You want to know who I am? Go to my profile. Read my website. The other day, I'm going to tell you a story. You're going to laugh at this here. Okay? It's crazy. But I don't know if you saw, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on TikTok also. And I posted, my son brought me to Woody Harrelson's marijuana dispensary. It's over here on Santa Monica Boulevard. And yes, my son, he likes marijuana. So we're there, and they got like a place that you can get espresso and sit down in the back. I'm going to tell you, this place is beautiful. What Woody Harrelson has done there is amazing. And by the way, I got to tell you, Lindy loves Woody Harrelson. She said, it's very hard who she loves more, me or Woody Harrelson. She was nice and said it was me, okay, but I think it's Woody. But anyway, so wow, we're sitting there. My son's by one of the joints there. And he said, hey, Pops, okay? Take a hit. I did. I finally did. Folks, I felt like, he said, open your lungs, it's a good one, this and that, it's healthy, there's a lot of health benefits to this. Okay? Folks, I felt great, I gotta tell you. And he also bought some gummies, which I took home. On Sunday morning, I took one. And folks, it woke me up. But next thing you know, I can't tell you, I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't leave the house. And then finally I said, oh, I gotta get over this, okay? I can't do that. They're not for me. I know a lot of you do that stuff, okay? But I gotta tell you, gummies are not for me. And I said, I'll take a nap, 2 o'clock. And I told Siri, wake me up at 3. You know what time I woke up? 6:30. I woke up at 6:30. Yeah. All right, folks, I don't have that much to say today. I wanted to share that with you, okay? All right? And, I want to tell you, a lot of we spoke with Woody Harrelson, okay? His father's name was Charles Boyd Harrelson. He died in prison in 2007, all right? He had 2 children, all right, Brett and Woody. We all know Woody Harrelson, okay? And he was a hitman, contract killer, and organized crime figure. He was convicted of assassinating federal judge John H. Wood Jr., the first federal judge to be assassinated in the 20th century. That's the story on Woody Harrelson's father. You know what? There's another guy. He had to overcome obstacles. So, fix your booted. Lindy, what are you talking about? You asking me to fix something? Lindy? I don't know what's going on. Nobody's leaving messages here today. I don't know, maybe they don't like it. So folks, look at everybody have a great day. All right, I'm gonna go out, take a walk. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. All my love and respect as always.